and gentlemen. On tonight's show, breakdowns of the Delphi and a peaceful sunset. So it's the end of the night. We're seeing a lot of aggravation in the Delphi case. I don't blame these people. Everybody wants this case solved, right? They want it to come to justice. There's other cases out there that need to be looked at too down there in Delphi. And I would imagine these people that they've been locking up, and there's been a lot of cases down there in Indiana, even up here. Stump, because I would imagine, just like the police said in other videos, they had DNA, they had something on the guy, but the guy's never been arrested. So we really don't know, folks. We are not police officers. We are not investigating the crime, right? That's not our jobs. So what do I think? I think we're seeing a lot of people have meltdown breakdowns, whether it's because they're being called out or whether it be these people themselves. We ain't sure. We really are not sure right now. Well, folks, we got a lot more things we got to worry about in America, right? We got Christmas coming up, the kids, holidays coming up. There's threat of attacks on Americans, but not from other places right here in our own country, right? Now, we're all at the brink of madness in the Delphi case, all right? Well, we all are. Some claim to know more than others. Well, that's good. You could be the top dog. A lot of people are pissed because some of these YouTubers had possession of the photos. And last night on Mrs. Criminality's channel, we watched these gentlemen be told the laws. And in America, it is against the law to possess any photo of a minor in a crime case ongoing, let alone period, of a nude child being passed around. Now, a lot of people are upset. I made that video. I agree. But that's the laws, folks. I don't write the laws. We only try to obey by them. Now, a lot of people seen Art of Deduction's video tonight. He went off on me. He has the right. He's pissed. We can only do so much. We're all pissed. Vent. Let him vent on me. Give him somebody to vent on. He can vent on me. That's fine. Right? But keep talking, Frank. They're listening. You know, they're listening to you. You're upset. We know this. We all were. I've been through that too. Flipped out on people coming in here from the Delphi case. Very upset, very pissed to keep my mouth shut, death threats, all kinds of stuff. We don't fold to terrorists, Frank. We're the United States of America. We're the government. We fold to nobody, right? We are the ones that go into governments and countries that try and hack us, terrorize us. We're the baddest ass son of bitches around, Frank. So we're just letting you folks know that. We stand down to nobody. Nobody. We have a commander-in-chief and a Pentagon. And Congress and Senate. That's who calls the shot. Not me, Frank. Don't get pissed at me. I'm not that technical guy. Right? But I'm interested to know how much you keep saying on your channels that you have technology and you're great at all this technology and everything. Oh, great, kid. Keep talking. We want to know about this technology and what's going on. You don't have to get all pissed off. Hey, listen, kid, I'm not pissing on your Cheerios. People have been pissing on your Cheerios for a long time before I came and watched your channel. And I'm not one of your trolls in your channel. Been on YouTube longer than you probably have underwear, Frank. So let's get that clear. I am not a troll. Uh, that is not my job on this channel. My job is to give you people content, tell the truth as much as I know, and the facts. And the facts are Delphi has been screwed from day one. That is a fact, Jack, and you can take that to the bank. Now, who it is, I have no idea, but I bet you the police want this over real quick. You know why, Frank? Because them themselves were suspects in a murder case. Right? Go figure, right? Go figure. Well, I could tell you this much, Frank. You can vent on me. You're still welcome to come in this chat anytime. You will not be timed out. You can voice your words. You can. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, kid. Well, some of us, we were just trying to cover your back. Be them angels on your back. Have you seen movies, Frank, of the military and the government? But that's not my job, Frank, to reprehend you or whatever it is that you're pissed at me for. And we have a right to think our own things. So I do want to thank the great ladies in my chat, Missing Manimal, Mrs. ATS News, the great Debbie Fox, and anybody else who's watching. I have no beef with you folks. Not unless you're hacking my channel or stealing or whatever from me. But even then, it's not my job to say. Right? I really don't care. I do care about this justice for Abby and Libby, and not only for Abby and Libby, the 30 or 40 other kids and women that have been missing down there in Delphi and in Indiana, and all the kids and families that are missing in other states. Now, you know as I do that any suspect in the Delphi case will be put through computers, Frank. And maybe these cases, well, they just didn't have DNA on them. Or maybe they did have DNA, Frank, but they didn't have anybody in their system to compare that DNA. Well, now they do. One at a time, Frank. One at a time. Do I think Richard Allen is the bridge guy? Well, I can't tell you 100%. If he is, because I can't get a clear enough picture. And I'm not talking a picture 50 feet away, Frank. I'm talking I want to be able to smell his ass right in front of the photo, Frank. Right in front of my face. Then I can say it's Richard Allen. And we're going to hang him high. But I can't do that yet, Frank, because there's more evidence that you folks don't know about. There's more recording, more voices, which the government and the fine police department have told you numerous times, folks. Numerous times. That there's more people involved, that they only released a small clip because the rest of the clip was too gory and they believe the girls passed on that. And I don't blame them. God bless our country, America. There he is, the art of deduction. It's all right, kid. You tore me a new asshole, but that's all right. We still love you here. I know there's a lot of emotion left, and I think you should take a break from it. I'm not even going to say that because then you're going to bust my cojones for saying you should need a break. I had to take a break. It was too crazy. It was completely too nuts, Frank. You're being triggered, just like I was and so many people. By, well, the people that very well might be part of this ring, Frank. Think big, and that's what we are doing. This case will never be over as far as I'm concerned. I've already asked True Crime Web, can this case go on even though we have Richard Allen, Keegan Klein, and so many more behind bars, locked up? And I believe that gentleman said, oh, yes, it can, if it is what we think it is. This case will never be over, Frank. It never will be. Because if he would have listened in the beginning, years before Abby and Libby, we were working on a task force, Frank. And that task force was created, Frank, to hunt down people all over the world. Hackers, pedos, kitty porn people. Real sickos, Frank. That's all I can say right now because I don't have clearance to talk anything else. Clearance. It's very serious, Frank. This whole case is serious. Any child is serious, whether it's white, black, green, yellow. I don't know who's calling you bad names, Nazis or whatever. You're not a Nazi, kid. You got a heart. So, in order to be a Nazi, you can't have a heart at all. So, I think you had to pick somebody to explode on, and I was there at the right time. Thank God I captured all the anger that was put out. Right? No hard feelings. And let's get back to working on the case. Now, I want to thank the award-winning mod, ATS News, and Debbie. And let's try and just take peace here for Frank a minute and breathe. You're stressed. You got a lot in the case. You're halfway across the world. I know you wish you could be in the United States. I know that. To have hands on to dig through the case. We all do. I live in the United States, right? I know what it is. Madness. I don't know. I'm not getting into no war. No hard feelings with Frank. I like the kid. He's also mad because I call him a kid. I know you're 30, Frank, but it's obvious you don't know the United States way. I'm 50 something years old and I got old timers telling me you're still a pup. I don't know. It depends on where you're at in the country, where you're at in the world. I mean, no harm. You can call me old man if you want. You can call me sir, whatever. You can call me an idiot or a prick or whatever you want. You did on your channel right now. It's nothing, Frank. It's nothing big. Believe me, I've been fighting these killers off. Right? Madmen, the Harmon clan, the Greeno clan, the clan of the clans. Busted my butt. I'll probably be dying soon, Frank. They got me probably. But until then, I'm going to keep going. Does anybody else want to have anything to say? Anybody? Now let's take a moment and watch this fine sunset. I do want to thank Mrs. ATS News, Debbie Fox, Mrs. Humanimal, and all the rest of the great people. Don't be talking bad about Johnny. No, they can talk bad about me. That's fine. That's fine. It's tough skin, right? Tough skin. Don't worry about it. They can believe whatever they want. They have their own minds. If they want to believe it was the great Oz in the sky or whatever, that's fine. They want to believe it's the flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. I don't care. That's their right. That's their right, Doug. I thank you for sticking up for me, but it was just a YouTuber venting. I'm not his troll. I'm not his problem. And I was only there to help and protect, because that's all we really can do as Americans. And sometimes we have to protect people that ain't even in our country. I don't get paid for it. I don't know. It's just something you do with a heart. But as a woman, I'm not a woman. I am a man. This is ATS. Let me see what Humanimal said. I would have, but I'd get in trouble. I don't know. I'm not worried about it. These people claim they have all kinds of stuff on me. I'm like, yeah, go away. Just do what you want. Right? Believe me, if I was as bad as these people claim, the government would have killed me themselves. It's a line of crap, folks. I don't know what they think. Everyone has a record. If you grew up in the United States, somewhere down the line, you had altercations with police, especially if you were a minor. I don't know. But I've said that in my videos years ago. Be careful, because these people will try and set you up. And why? Because it's been such a long distance. on the case, 7 years, they can say it's Mary Poppins, right? We're way ahead of you folks. Way ahead of you folks. Days, weeks, months. Way ahead of you. I was trying to type look once, and it came out as Lulu. And he thought I was laughing at him, which now I seriously am. He's an egot. What's an egot? I'm an egot? I don't know. Is that a kangaroo? I love kangaroos. And they're badass. I was just watching a kangaroo movie or video the other day. I don't know what an egot is, but it sounds pretty bad. I can tell you that. I hope I'm not an egot. Ladies, am I an egot? I'm an idiot. I can tell you that much for ever getting wrapped up into the crime community. That I can guarantee you. But whatever an egot is, it sounds horrible. Does it have legs? Does it have hair on it? Is it like a spider? I don't know. Have you seen the spiders out there in Australia? The size of dinner plates. I hope not. Debbie, what am I? I'm not sure. An idiot, probably. But don't worry about it, Frank. You got pissed off at me. That's fine. You're under a lot of pressure, kid. Relax. The world heard you. The people are listening. You got your point out. You're pissed off. We're all pissed off. And wait a minute, let me read what Debbie Fox said. Oh my God, you animal. Those kangaroos are buff, and they are. Do you see the size of that one kangaroo? He kicked the shit out of all of us. Animal. Not you, Johnny. Thank God I'm not an egot. I had no idea what an egot is, but it sounded horrible. But thank God Animal said I'm not. Frank is mentally challenged. Well, let's help him. Can we help him then? I needed help. I still need help. Good God almighty. A lot of people are now coming together and now saying this case is literally cursed or some kind of spell or something. And I'm starting to agree. 100%. But thank God Mrs. Humanimal said I wasn't an egot. I don't know. I wonder if that's a spider. Them damn spiders are huge out there. You can actually ride these suckers. They are big. Has one ever came close to your house? I don't know. Debbie Fox, they used to be in my driveway each morning where I used to live. Oh my God. Are these spiders? Debbie, somebody tell me, are these giant spiders? I hate spiders. There's one of my viewers that wants to get a tarantula. I'm like, don't get it. What if it escapes? You're going to have a tarantula and they mate. I think they can produce babies without even having a male around. Maybe this is horrible. I can't. They're kangaroos. Oh. They're kangaroos. Good God, them kangaroos are nice. They're big and they're mean suckers. I don't even know how you live out there, Mrs. Humanimal. I don't know. But it's all right, Frank. I mean no harm by it or whatever. You can get mad at me or whatever. I'm not your troll. I'm not your person that's called. Good God, can you guys give me one break? God, it's a news channel. I ain't got time. This is unbelievable. I can't even do a video.
Yes, John Kramer. Leave me a message. Thank you.
Go on, leave a message. Yes. That's what I thought. All right. I am waiting, Debbie. I'm hoping to have a penguin on my channel soon. Not a kangaroo. Not unless I can get somebody in a kangaroo suit. But I think I might try and have a penguin. I'm not sure. Mrs. Humanimal, I want to say, Mrs. ATS News, I want to say the Delphi case has reached such madness. It's unbelievable. This case might go time. If it's everything the government is saying, this might be going. If Richard Allen was even the guy, after they put him in jail. This case probably will still continue. I don't think here's what I think. I think the police, once they found out the truth and connected all the dots, and Keegan Klein case and fake accounts, the luring, the all the photos of the kids and everything, and one at a time, them just one person get picked up, rats another person up, boom, 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 boom. I think it turned in way too big and probably shocked even the police of what are we dealing with. It could be bigger. I could tell you this much, Frank. This is not politics. Politics did not kill the girls. Some psycho did, or psychos. I don't believe it had anything to do. But you have the right to believe what you want, art of deduction. And don't let anyone ever tell you different. But me, myself, I don't think this was politics. I think this was the way the girls were staged. Somebody sent a message, something, whether it be that maybe these girls picked on Richard's daughter, if it was Richard or somebody, and they didn't like it. One was disgraced, the other one was pampered. We are not sure. I could tell you this much. The case is still ongoing. I haven't seen any crime scene photos, and except for the ones of the banks, the river, and the tree. Bodies? No. And I don't want to. We'll save that for court. And believe it or not, folks, these jurors might have to see the photos. Humanimal is Amy Shark, massively popular then. I wonder if Alan pled guilty, would people still look at another actor? I don't know. Some are saying there was a deal being worked out. Why did they transfer him? Probably because he took the deal. And Warsaw Prison will be his final destination. And as far as I'm concerned, everybody, he has his right to a speedy trial. Yeah, they'll work all that out, but it's very well possible. And I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's very well possible that he cut a deal, possibly. Very possible. When you're looking at a death penalty, what are you going to do? Now, I'm not saying that. That's just my theory or speculation or a guess or whatever. Possible. A lot of people are saying that. We've said that a while ago here. You ladies have said that on your channels. Why did they move him? Well, it's possible he looked at it and finally said, they got me, and copped a plea. Or he had nothing to do with the murders. He was there in an scapegoat and might have gave somebody else up, or might have been charged in other crimes that were going on around there. See, folks, you don't know. You don't know. He was picked up for this case, but does his DNA now link him to other cases that have been going around? Even in Idaho, where he lived. Supposedly, but he was from Iowa or Idaho or somewhere, and then moved back and then moved again. We don't know. We really don't. We're going on what these people on YouTube give us. I don't know. Lots of shark. Yes. Bull sharks in the river. Tiger sharks. Gray whites. We have nice sharks too. Gray. Well, yeah. Out there in Australia. A lot of sharks. I don't know what Amy Shark is. She's a singer. She might be. I don't know what you folks think about the Delphi case, but it has reached status that is unbelievable. And what are we seeing? We're seeing even people running old stuff on John Bonet case. right? Just to keep it alive because it was never solved. But a lot of people are pointing the finger at something happened around the family, whatever it may be, folks. We really don't know. Uh, Good God. The only thing beautiful out of this whole uh, mess is all the great ladies in my chat, and this sunset was incredible. So there you go. No hard feelings with anybody. Hey, like I said, I don't have a beef with Greeno. I don't have a beef with Art of Deduction, Frank. I don't have a beef with any of these. These people, like I said in the Summer Wells case, they injected themselves into the cases. Like we said in other cases before, they injected themselves. It was Anthony Greeno, it was Michael Catt that came out on video and said they were questioned in the case even. Well, heck, Greeno's phone was taken away. And people fail to see that. That the police, right off the bat, said they checked all the people that were violent crimes or sex, SA violent around there. So you people get pissed at me because I bring up the facts. Right? The facts is Greeno, Michael Catt, they said they were questioned. Whether that was true or they were just making it up for content, I'm sorry, folks. Are you that stupid to let people know that you were questioned in the double murder of a pedo, possibly child ring? To let the whole world know that only people that committed crimes against children at first were looked at and questioned. Are these people crazy, dude? I don't know. And if they are, we might have to help them. If we can help them, mental illness is no problem or no laughing matter, folks. You people want to get mad at me because I am relaying the information that was out 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago on these people. They themselves on camera said they were questioned. I was even there at Michael Catt's chat when he came right out and said they even questioned him in the Delphi case. And yes, they questioned his phone. And Michael Catt said if he was so in love with best friends, that if Greeno came to him and said he had a boot scoop boogie out of town, that would be fine. Folks, you got a lot of research to do on the case. Supposedly Michael Catt passed away. Why? I have no idea. By who? I don't know. What from? I don't know. Is it even true? I have no idea. A lot of these people have faked their deaths before. We've seen that in YouTube. Mrs. ATS News, Mrs. Humanimal, Mrs. Debbie Fox. If I'm saying anything that is upsetting, my apologies. But that's the fact. That is the fact. I have nothing other to say than I witnessed these videos myself. I witnessed Greeno breaking down and asking for gras and sleuthing to wishing to try and help him out of this. That he was questioned, his phone was taken. You people want to get pissed at me and now all of a sudden turn me into the killer. Go right ahead. I'm going to make a movie out of you and make billions because that's what we do. We protect our country, our children, and our names. I'm just joking. I'm not going to make a movie and make billions. I'm poor. But it sounded good while I was wrong. So they can say I'm this, I'm that. I can tell you this much, Frank. You can dig and dig and dig and dig till the sun don't shine no more. You ain't going to find no charges of this kind of madness on my records. I don't rape and pillage my own country and fellow man. Now, don't get me wrong. With the technology today, they can make Mr. Trump look like he's a rapist. But I'm not worried about it. We're standing tall. And we're the United States government and one of the badassest militaries ever. We stand down to nobody. We're the ones that go into countries and say, this is the way it's going to be. If you don't like it, well, then go to another country. That's not true. I was just making that up for the movie. Cat. Debbie Fox. Johnny, you are a sweetheart. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Fox. ATS News. You're not. Are you sure? I don't want to be an EGOT, a Nazi, a killer, anything like that. As it is going to solve the case. Art of deduction is such a, forgive me, I am not the smartest person. Name or pumper. I don't figure it out in a minute. I'm sitting close away from the monitor. For someone who makes such mistakes with facts and leaps in logic, but each to their own, but is probably with Ruckus or why Ruckus stopped. I don't know this. I've seen Ruckus, the crazy Frenchman, in his chat before. I thought it's just a nickname, Mr. Ruckus. It's just a nickname. Yes, Johnny can be the sweetheart. Certainly isn't me. What? Did I say something wrong? My apologies if I did. Let's just breathe. Trying to take in these big words, so please bear with me. Cat and Greeno met in jail or in jail. That's just when Greeno was 19. Cat did not fake his death. He had a heart condition along with his dog. I thought they saved the dog. His landlord found him. Rest in peace, Michael Cat. I know, I liked Cat. I liked Michael Cat. He was more of the dude I can relate to. The long hair, more 60s, 70s. I agree with you, Miss Humanimal. I don't know if he died or not because I don't pry into people's life. But can you do this, Miss Humanimal, if I may ask you, please? Can you agree that we have seen people fake their deaths on another channel? I've seen. I just want to know if the rest of us have seen that. Who? Michael Cat? Yeah, I watched Michael Cat. And I was there the day he said on camera Cat about. I was also there when he said if Greeno had to go on the run, they were best friends and he'll never give up Greeno. Folks, make shit up. I didn't make this shit up. If you want to see it, hunt down the videos. Michael Cat, I thought, was a great creator, and I watched his channel because he was good. He thought it was other people, right? He thought it was someone else. He thought a lot. But the bottom line is is these people were questioned. That's all I can say. Now, if they made up them videos and put them out, what kind of people would admit to being questioned in a case of two missing girls, Mrs. Humanimal, Debbie Fox, Mrs. Pickles, Mrs. ATS News? Would you ever do that? Being that you weren't, would you let people in this world let you believe, or let them believe, that you were questioned and possibly a murder essay of two young girls? And what kind of world? I can't deal with it. Frank, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to need a psychiatrist after this. I know I wouldn't. Whether it was for subs, views, or content, there ain't no way I would lie like that. That's just unreal. Now let me get back to my chat. Oh, here comes Pickles. Mrs. Pickles. What a day on YouTube. Everybody's going down. We had Chris Todd on the Great Criminalities channel, which I want to bring up right now. I know you threaten people with a lot of money. I know you do, Mr. Todd. I know you got a lot of lawyers, shot callers. I know that. I'm just a wee man here. But truth be told, Mr. Chris Todd, on Mrs. Criminality's channel the other night, she played a clip of you being interviewed with a PA, private investigator Jensen, on there. And I could have swore that you claimed that you had all the photos, even the photos of the girls naked, but you would not show them. You were not going to show them, but you did show a pixelated photo of the shoes. That's all I'm saying. Now, today on Mrs. Criminality's channel, you said that you did not have the naked photos. But then you must have lied. I don't know. Did I hear that wrong? I don't know. I don't know. If any of my mods are here, Mrs. ATS News or Humanimal, if you did see it, he died. Okay, Mrs. Humanimal. He must have passed away. But I'm just letting you know, Mrs. Humanimal, I'm taking your word for that because I didn't look it up, and there's a lot of people asking, where is the death certificate of some of these YouTubers? How come they can't find it? How come they can't find certain information on the death or when they died or something? A lot of people are bringing up a lot of stuff, but I am going to take Mrs. Humanimal's word for it. And Mr. Michael Catt, who was a great creator and everything, passed away, I guess. But I thought they saved his dog. I thought somebody got his dog. Mrs. She is a YouTube creator. And Michael Catt taught her everything she knows, she said. I do believe I heard her say that the dog was saved. Michael Catt did not, let me see, Michael Catt did not fake his death. I used to telephone him. His brother, I have been in contact. He passed away. Okay, Mrs. Human. Like I said, a lot of YouTubers are questioning these things now because they can't find no info on it. Got offered weekends, hours, and Fridays, Sundays at next store. Wow, really, Pickles? That's good. I found out last night I don't get any complaints and want to work. Other don't want to do anything. Others don't want to do anything. So what do you ladies think? Am I way out of line? I guess I should go back to being dumb, right? Which I am dumb, but I ain't that dumb. Would you ladies have ever said you were questioning a case just for content? Chris Todd is a hustler. Well, that's why I was in that chat, just making sure that none of the fine ladies of the crime world were swindled, swiddled. Uh, right? And once again, I got no problems with Mr. Todd. Who knows? We might write the most incredible movie ever. I'm not sure. But fact is, he said he had all the crime scene photos, even the photos of the girls. But today he claims he didn't. He had all the crime scene photos, but not the crime scene of the girls dead. Which one is it? I don't know. He's got a team of lawyers and plenty of money, $40 billion, $1 million. He's under attack for O.J. Simpson documentary case. I don't blame you for being stressed out. He's got 5, 6 lawyers. We'll spend 5 hours interrogating, rip me apart. I don't give a crap. What I give a crap is this great country that you folks are tearing apart. And our children and our families and the lost ones. Like I said, I got no beef with you, Mr. Todd. We might write the greatest movie ever together. Who knows? Right now I'm working in talk with Upchurch. No, I'm joking. I don't know Ryan Upchurch. Mrs. ATS says, hell no, I wouldn't say that. Debbie Fox said, nope, I wouldn't say it either. Respectable Pickles, no, I would never ever go public and admit that or lie about that. No, I wouldn't either. It was a risky thing that they did, but I think it was more if it wasn't true, which I think it probably was. It was the most stupidest move for views and subs and content. I don't think it was too good of a move. Look, his dog is ducking dying. I didn't say animal. Mrs. Hume Animal, you are safe here. And if you get something wrong, you are not going to be scolded, talked down to, or made to look like a fool. You're safe here. So is Art of Deduction. If he's still listening, I got no beef with these people. People make mistakes. Right? His dog was with him. Oh, okay. That must have been said. And I bet you the dog was right next to him. That's how dogs are, Miss Humanimal. I bet you his dog was found right next to him, because dogs are like that when people pass and they're home with their dogs no can sense that. No, they'll sit right there and protect them. Right? If someone came in, they probably would protect them. AKA Pickles says it was a cash grab. Yeah, Pickles is on top of it, and it probably was for some of these YouTube creators. Not for this channel, folks. I'll shovel shit. I'll rake up leaves. I'll take my stuff I bought with my own money and go to the pawn shop and pawn it. What I refuse to do is be a part of any racket, any political movement, any views or subs that's going to damage or rip people off. I'm not in the scamming business. Some say I'm in the wrong business, but you're not going to make no money not being a scammer today in this world, or a shylark or whatever. And they can look and dig all they want into my prior past. I'm not going to lie. I've had altercations with police. Never been charged with a felony. Never been convicted of anything, but have I done time in jail when I was younger? Yes. In a town jail? Yes. Right? We all have had altercations when I was younger, when I was a minor. Right? Other than that, a bunch of speeding tickets or drunken intoxication or whatever. Uh, baby crap. Baby crap. They could dig all they want. Pickles, exactly, John. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't care. And like I said, folks, so much time has gone by, and we are seeing some of these YouTubers that if you don't go agree with what they say, they'll hack your channel or they'll attack you or whatever. You know, I don't care which one of you want to claim to be the head nacho in the Delphi case. This ain't about power with me. Uh, I think you folks were lied to or something. The only thing we want is peace on earth and peace for our children, and uh, that's about it, right? And make sure our women and children ain't being used and forced to do things that they don't want to do. Humanimal says Michael's where he's in the common Carroll County. Okay, his anniversary is December 22nd. People who know nothing should not talk or dig thin beagles or spread crap. Just talking about whoever it is you say can't find. I don't know. There's a lot of talk on YouTube right now that a lot of these people claim that they passed away, but they didn't pass away. They've had secondary channels or whatever, and then they get rid of the one channel, say they passed away, and jump on another channel. And I have seen that before, and it has happened. But I'm going off. If Mrs. Humanimal said that Michael Catt passed away, then Michael Catt passed away. I'm not going to dig into it. I'm not digging into his life. My condolences to his families. But Mrs. Humanimal, can I ask you one question, if I may, ma'am? Why would Michael Catt say he was questioned? And why would he say that? If Greeno was wanted, he has been friends with Greeno for so long that he would tell people he don't know where Greeno is. I don't understand why he would say that. Now, ma'am, I know I watched that video, and I'm not going to lie to you, Miss Humanimal. I've been in Michael Catt's chat room before, um, but I couldn't figure out why they said that. Why Michael Catt said that, or I mean, I know they were good friends. And my condolences to Anthony Greeno when Michael Catt passed away. But I just can't figure out why Michael would even say something like that. I don't know. Do you know? I think I heard him say people thought he was Bridge Guy. That Michael was Bridge Guy. Michael's name is Michael Leroy Straub. Yeah, yeah. Michael Catt wasn't even his real name. Michael Straub was his real name. But I'm asking Mrs. Humanimal why they would come up with such a thing. I am mind shocked. Well, a lot of people, Debbie, they don't use their real names like me on YouTube. They go under a YouTube creator name or whatever, and that's perfectly fine. There's no law against it. But that real Michael Catt, well, I don't believe was his real name. Straup looked like he was in his 70s. Now, Michael Catt, well, Straub or Straub, uh, yeah, looked like he's lived life. Probably been through a lot of crap. I know he did say he was in jail before or whatever. Yes, YouTube is nasty, probably scamming and crawling for their peenies. in pounds or pennies in pounds. Egos. For yes, Miss Humanimal. Sometimes you have to listen to the ladies. Yes, I agree 100%. I really don't care who's had nacho cheese in the Delphi case. I really don't. Like we told the government numerous times and police, this is not a power thing. We, the viewers, the subs, the citizens can turn our heads and just say, oh, well, on to the next case, right? We're just trying to help. A power thing, well, I can give two craps anymore. And there is a lot of people turning away from it and just saying, it's not a power thing. We have children. We have friends with children, nieces, nephews, girlfriends, wives, and we don't want the same thing to happen to them. So it's not a power thing more than we care because we also have children, nephews, nieces, friends with kids, know women, and have women friends that we don't want to be trafficked or end up dead or whatever. But if they want to turn it into a power thing, go right ahead. Go right ahead. I don't care. Maybe that's what Frank's talking about. It's a political thing. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Leave me out of that. That's not my job. My job is to protect the United States. We're going to lock everything down. No one in, no one out. It's a serious problem. Uh, right? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. We got Christmas coming up. We got to look after the little ones. We got, it's about the kids. Make sure they're warm, have good food, and they open their Christmas. We got New Year coming up. We got a lot going on, folks. Pandemics, all kinds of crap going on. My job is to protect the country and the women and the children and the men. And I can't. There's nothing I can do. Lock it all down. Shut her down. Pull the plug. Whatever you call it. I don't know. You only bread have. You only breed half of a couple of my messages. If it doesn't make sense, keep reading. Let me go back up and read. Oh, that's okay, Mrs. Christopher. Yeah, he should stop smoking and vaping. That is what caused his death. Ah, did he have popcorn lung, Miss Humanimal? They're saying there's a big thing out here with people that are vaping popcorn lung, they're calling it. They talk to people with her hanging around. None of these cases should be on YouTube. Well, I agree, they're pickles. I agree 100%. Debbie's Fox says pickles. Oh my God, what happened to pickles? Let me go back and read, Mrs. Humanimal. I'm not the greatest reader, and I'm not real close to my TV screen, so. Michael was a flamboyant. He was not bridge guy. I know. Well, you know this. People were saying, or even Michael Katz said people thought he was bridge guy. He was questioned or whatever. Uh, to tell you the truth, Mrs. Humanimal, I don't think it is. Not unless a YouTuber got a hold of the footage, manipulated it, put it back out right away in the beginning of this case, where actually people were looking at footage that was not the real bridge guy. Now, excuse me 1 minute. I drink too much coffee today. I have to relieve myself. Sweet Jesus. All right, let me see what's going on here. Go on, page. Johnny, go we. Yeah, I had to go. Glasses, Johnny. I know, Mrs. Humanimal, if I'm upsetting you because I'm not reading this properly, forgive me, please. AKA Pickle says, I have nothing to hear. You have everything to hear, Pickles. You have everything to hear. You're counted as one and your voice will be heard here. It's okay, Debbie. If he set foot near me, they call the cops, ASP. Who? Oh my God, what am I missing here? Me? Pickles, I'm not. I'm not. You see, humanimal. And saw these so-called armchair detectives try to look for cat, can't find it, and make assumptions. The same idiots who once showed the wrong Pat Brown rap sheet. Thus, Mrs. Humanimal. She's right about that. She's Pandrew. Jogny. Who is Jogny? Pandrew. You mean Pandrew from the Summer Wells case, Pickles? Oh my God. I don't know what she's talking about. Slow down. I'm going to take a breath. I don't know what she is saying or who is she saying that people will, if anyone comes around her, they'll, Pandrew, Johnny, Andy, Pandy. Oh my God. Yep. I threatened me. You threatened yourself? I've done that before. Johnny, if you don't shut up, I'm going to punch you in the face. How dare you? You think you can punch me in the face? I'll punch you right in the face, Johnny. I'm Johnny. You ain't going to punch me in the face. Son of a, that hurt. I've gone through that myself. And the Delphi case will make you slap yourself in the face. Now, where are we? He just threatened me. Andrew did? Oh, Andrew, why are they threatening these women? I have no idea. I'm telling you, these dudes have been possessing us. It's something demonic. It's got to be something demonic. Demonic. I don't know why you folks would threaten these women, right? I have no idea. Look at these women don't agree with what I say in my chat, but I'm not attacking them. We call him on lies and changed his story, or changes in his story. Yes, we've noticed they changed the stories, right? But don't forget, these people they have people working with them, right? So they're all like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? And them people, look, I know it is beautiful out, ain't it? Mrs. ATS News. That is a beautiful scenery, but it is getting dark now. Oh, you want me to look at you? Oh, yes. Yes, very lovely today, Mrs. ATS News. Very lovely. Now, where were we? Pickle says it's on his live. Oh, my God. Yeah, but your Pickles. Did he say, Pickles, you're in trouble? He said Penske truck. It was a U-Haul. Yeah, they're asking. He's under indictment. They're saying they're going to pull indictment. They're going to pull indictment. And we got an alien out there. Did you see it? It's gone now. This is just about the time where we're going to start seeing aliens out there. Yes, I've seen that, Mrs. Pickle. Am I too loud, ladies? I am sitting kind of close to the mic. so I might sound a little bit loud. That is postcard pretty. It sure is, Debbie, but not as pretty as you ladies in my chat. That's true. I'm like, what is that? Oh my God, that was pure evil. I synced it. Pure evil just walked past with somebody out there. I seen him. Don't worry about it. We're on him. We are definitely on him. All right. AKA Pickles. He is lying, Johnny. Who? Andrew? I know. These guys went ahead and they thought they would control the YouTube Summerwells case and bring in some snit, snat, chitty, chitty, bang, bangs and some money. And little do you know, you look at Andrew Pandy's whole channel and everything else, it's nothing but kid stuff. And people are like, are you a groomer? He got himself into his own mess. What is Mrs. ATS News laughing at? Let me see. Yes, I see Mrs. ATS News. It's beautiful out. And you want me to? Yes. Looking lovely today, Mrs. ATS News. Your husband is a very lucky man. Did you let Mr. ATS News know that you were going to be here? I hope so. I don't want him to get disgruntled over me. Now, where were we? You don't find out ahead of time. They don't let you know you're getting indicted. No, they don't. Who came up with that? Well, Benny Keys. Old blood money himself. He's under indictment. Oh, how do you know? They don't just come out and say, we are now indicting Mr. Andrew Pandy. Can you please just come to our office and we're going to indict you? They don't do that. He's at company dinner. It's okay. All right. He might be watching us from the company dinner. Sir, if you're watching, I'm treating your wife with the utmost respect and disregard my thoughts. She showed her big eyes in my channel, so she wanted me to see something. I noticed. And that's all, sir. I'm perfectly innocent. Harmless. Now, where were we? No, Andrew came up with it. What kind of idiot comes up with that? He drew attention to himself. But here's the question, Mrs. Pickles. Did he draw attention to himself to hide the true traffickers and the sicko pedos? Is my question. That's my question, Mrs. Pickles. Why? Who would come up with I'm being indicted 10 times for trafficking? What? I got to get something to drink. I can't. I quit drinking 30 years ago, but I might start. I might start drinking again after watching this crank. This is unbelievable. Now that ruined the view. That's better. Ha, psychobabble. I got things handled here. There's a NK everywhere. Oh, you mean a Nikki from the Watts case? Not me. Let me see what Pickle says. He did it after he got heart from bullying or hurt from bullying another YouTuber. I can't believe these people. You think Summer's case will ever be solved? Well, if it's going anything like the Delphi case, probably not. I want to get back to what Mrs. Humanimal said in chat about he was vaping. There is a thing out here in America they're calling popcorn lung from vaping. No, either she was gone before they reported her or that day swimming hole, Candace. Well, I seen the video and the still photos of her in the back seat. She was a young lady that was out in the sun all the time. And I just want to say my theory, the decoloration of the nails and everything. If if uh, if it's true what some of these professionals say, that's lack of oxygen and pooling of the blood, which pools at the lowest parts of the body. And we've seen this in the Chris Farley case, where Chris Farley was found on the ground at his apartment. And if you looked at the photos, you can see a redness all around Mr. Farley's back and upper body. And that is because after death, the blood pools in the body to the lowest part of gravity. So that's why his back and other, God rest his soul, was discolored like that. And you will see that it's very possible she had lack of oxygen or was already gone. She was very pale. Her lips were not rosy red anymore or whatever. It did look like she had a bruising on the side of the head, but that could just be shadow. But her hands were down by her side. So, like I said, when the professionals say, well, it looks like it's probably discoloration of lack of oxygen or possibly death, and blood is pooling in the fingertips, which it does when you pass away. So it very well might have been that. I'm not sure. I'm not a professional, and anything here that I say is only speculation and my own theories. And you folks can tell me to jump in a lake, and I'm an idiot and a sicko. I really don't care. I do care because I don't want to be these people. I don't want people to look at me like that because I'm not that. So I'm going to correct myself. I don't want to be known as a sicko. I don't know about you folks. Do I really care what people think? Well, a little bit, but I can't when it gets so outrageous where there's no proof of anything these people are saying, and they're just doing it because they're pissed off because you don't agree with their theories. No, I don't know. That's not my job. My job is to make content, whether it sucks, whether you want to believe it or not. I'm not Jesus. And even Jesus, the great creator of everything, the Son of Man, even said he can't make you follow him. That's not his job. And I'm no Jesus. And I'm no devil. I know that. I've done bad things when I was a young kid, but nothing this bad. Nothing madman like that. We've all got a whipping. Back then it was called raising your kids. Today they call it child abuse. I don't know. Who knew? Right? I come from an era where if you pissed your parents off enough or you did something bad, here comes the shoe thrown at your head, coffee pot, or whatever they can get their hands on. And that was normal. That was called raising your kids. Today, it's called something totally different. And I wish I could quit smoking myself, and I wish I can change the things in my life. All I can do is keep praying. That's about it. Now, let me get back to my chat. I can see Christopher Valdez is making his presence known tonight in chat. And that's okay, Mr. Valdez. Why? What did Mr. Valdez say now? Candace will just pop out another kid. Well, Mr. Valdez might know what he's talking about there. Pickle said, I got bet spoons, and if you cried, put hands in way you got hit hard. Grandma used a Bible. Pickles, slow down. You got belted with spoons, and if you cried, put hands in the way you got hit harder. Yes, Pickles. Yes, that is true. How old are you, Pickles? That sounds like she's my age almost. That's how we were raised, right? Don't put your hands in the way because we're gonna whoop them too. They would, but see, I was, I was uh, a troubled child. I would laugh when I would get spanked, and that would cause them to spank me even harder because I'd be like, "It don't hurt, ha ha," and then they would commence the whooping ass, and then I'd be like, "Oh my god, I think I shouldn't have said that." These people today don't know. They just don't know what what kind of age we came from. Where uh, that was called raising your kids. You did something wrong, you got a whooping. But not so much where they put you in the hospital like today, right? Yes, Pickles, if you laugh, they whoop you 10 times harder. You're right about that. Yes, Debbie Fox said, yep. Used to, we got toys thrown at us, slippers, spoons, newspapers. Yes, 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 I've been there. Yeah, 1979. Oh, no, wait, 1980. I can remember it clear that day. Uh, that was the day that my mama got pissed. And back then in the 1980s, all these peanut butter jars were thick glass. I had one coming for me. Well, I pissed off mother that day, and the only thing she can get her hands on was a peanut butter jar, Skippies, if I remember correctly. And she threw that sucker, and she threw it. Well, she was from Chicago. They know how to throw shit in Chicago. And that thing commenced to hit the gutter, and it took the gutter out. Because let me remind you, we were outside, and at then I was a young teen, thought I knew everything. And the only thing that was close enough for her outside was the garbage and an empty Skippy's giant peanut butter glass jar. And my friends were on the ground laughing because she took the dang gutter completely off the side of the house. My father got home from work. He's like, what in the heck happened around here? Beat your son. Yeah, I don't know. It was just crazy that way in Chicago at that time. No. Ouch, those hurt. Oh, yeah. Them were the glass peanut butter jars. Yeah, I ran. I was hanging out with all my buddies in the backyard. We were all hanging out and everything, right? Really stoned out of our heebie jeebies. I said something wrong. Right? Next thing I know, here come old Skippy. Just a flinging through the air. Shit, you duck and have to hide. Eventually, you'd have to go home. They'd be waiting. Oh, yeah. No, you know it. See, my mother and father, they were the type of people that is the police showed up and said, your kid's been causing trouble in town, they would commence to beating you right in front of the police. Yeah. I think one time my mother gave the cop the belt, said, do you want to hit him a couple times? I was so mad at my mother for that. I didn't talk to her for a week. How dare you let a police officer whip me? But it was a different time back then. See, that's no joke. My mother would commence to whooping ass right in front of people. Didn't matter. Yeah. You people think I had it so easy in life. I grew up on the outskirts of the inner city of Chicago, where they raised their kids. You did something wrong, you got beat, or a whooping or whatever. No, I love my mother to this day. Drives me crazy, but I still love her and I forgive her for that old Skippy peanut butter jar. Of course, in the coffee pot. And that shoe that was thrown 50 feet away. I don't know how it found its way to my forehead, but it did. Now, I busted my head open, got spanking before the hospital. Were you jumping on something, Debbie? I don't know. But my heart bleeds for you there. You busted your head open and got a spanking. My dad's favorite store was finally butt whooping. He hurt his hand so bad the time before my mom told him, if you loved me, you beat my kids. This is hell. How come we are even talking about this? I'm starting to get worried. You ladies were abused. You were abused. I was abused. But back then it was called raising a child. And my heart bleeds for you ladies. And I'm here for every single one of you. I agree with you 100%. This is no joke. We come from a different time. Today, if you smack your kid or beat them or whatever, they call it child abuse. But thank God, because some of these kids drive parents so crazy that the parents, but then again, you have to look at the Bible where they say cut the hand off that bothers you, right? And we are finding now that these parents are killing their own kids. This is, Lord, please come down. Please come down from heaven and save us. And then you can go back up and take a vacation. But come down and regain some peace in our country that only you can do right now, Lord. And then you can go back up there and chill and hang out with the angels. But if you can come down and save us all, that we'd appreciate it. That's no joke. I'm not lying. Mom told me to quit running. Time after time, I said, I slid into the TV. Oh, Jesus. She warned you. My mother warned me numerous times, do not play with firecrackers. Did I listen? No. She went to work, and I decided I was going to light a firecracker and throw it out the front door at 10 years old. I didn't make it to the door. The firecracker went off and almost blew my fingers off. Did I listen to her? No. Thank God it wasn't an M80. Thank God. Of course, I did get my ass whooped when she got home because my fingers were all swollen and red. But I didn't listen. I wish I would have listened. Father, mother, I wish I would have listened. But I didn't. That's why I got half a brain. That's why I'm all tore up. Back's all messed up. Work smarter, not harder, Johnny. Use your brain. Well, I had an accident when I was young, so I didn't have too much brain control. And I went into labor. Well, I mean trades. Started as a laborer and went into the trades. And I should have listened to them and used my brain and talent and my imagination. But back then in the 80s, they called me crazy. They actually called me a crazy genius. This kid's unbelievable. Where'd you get him? He's got a disability, half a brain. Most People can't even think with full brains like this kid. That's just the way it was when I was growing up. Mrs. Pickles says, take bikes, toys, climb tree. I was told not to. Oh my God, Pickles. But you did it anyways. Mrs. ATS News, love your half a brain. No, thank you, Mrs. ATS News. I'm not afraid to admit it. It's half a brain. I'm not afraid. I admit it. I got paperwork to show well, I have a full brain, but usually the doctors are like, this kid got a half a brain or what? And I'm not a kid. I'm 50 something years old, but I don't know. Why do the doctors always laugh when I go to visit them? It's unbelievable, right? I don't know where they come up with this stuff. How are you feeling, Mr. Kramer? Well, you got time, doctor? Sit down. It all started when I started this YouTube channel and I went in on the YouTube crime community. It's just unbelievable. The nurses laugh all the time when I'm in there. No, I do not hit on the nurses. I do not. Beating because of half a brain. No, I wasn't. I had an accident. Well, my half a brain was not brought on from my mother and father beating me when I was younger. Well, it wasn't beating, it was spankings or whatever. I had an accident when I was a young teen, probably about 12, 10 or 12 or somewhere around there. I can't remember. Uh, I fell off a giant cliff or whatever. I was climbing up with a bunch of people. I fell. And I know some of you are asking, all the way down? Yes, probably about 4 stories. Yes. Ever since then, things haven't been so good. But I want to thank Mrs. ATS News for loving my half a brain. I worked hard to get it. Other parts of my brain have kicked in and started working and have covered for the other brain. But as far as the doctors and all the scientists are considered, I have a disability. And I'm happy with that. To just be alive, Lord. To just be alive and have these great ladies in my chat. Now, where were we? Oh, hey, Ruth. How you doing? Where's the fire? Well, we're going to have a fire tonight. Debbie, did you like the fire last night? With the crickets, the summertime crickets in it. Mrs. ATS News says, wow. Uh-oh, what did I do wrong, Mrs. ATS News? Go on and let me know. Oh, I want to thank Mrs. ATS News. I want to thank Mrs. ATS News for liking one of my videos, which was not really one of my best videos. One of my best videos is Tesla. Say Goodbye to Paradise, which is almost at 3,000 views. But I do want to thank Mrs. ATS News for liking one of my music videos. God bless you. You're a very kind woman. And your husband is a very, very lucky man. I had to like it because there's no love button. I love Led Zeppelin. We all do. Don't we all? I did a couple of Led Zeppelin songs on YouTube. I had to take one down. 10 Years Gone by Led Zeppelin. They made me take it down. It was skyrocketing, but I think I had two or three other Led Zeppelin songs on my channel. Mrs. ATS News, if you bother to look at them or listen to them. Keep in mind I have a disability. Debbie Fox is throwing hearts. Oh, what a lovely lady. Ain't she? Ain't she adorable? Little lady. Right? Mrs. Humanimal, another lovely lady with a great channel. All great ladies and gentlemen out there. I'm getting hungry. I don't know what to eat. Is there anything you ladies want to say? Yes, Led Zeppelin is a great band. Darkness Falls. much like the visions inside my head. Mrs. ATS News, I hope Frank ain't upset. He was pretty pissed at me today. Hey, I was just trying to help the kid. That's all. But he's his own man, right? He's his own man. You're always welcome here, Frank. Heck, do another video. Throw my name out there some more. People come here and go, who is this idiot, Johnny Kramer? And view my videos. I know what the Dutchman's up to. He's great at what he does. Yes, bring them my way. All right, anything else, ladies and gentlemen? Is there anything you ladies want to talk about real quick before we end this video? I know you ladies are very busy. You got kids, you got homes, you got all kinds of stuff. I will be back later on, Mrs. Ruth, with a video, probably a fire, a nice peaceful fire. What time is it? Oh my God, it's only 6:15. It's only 6:15. Why does it seem like it's midnight? I don't know. It's just, if mountains crumble to the sea, there would only be you and me. Yes, I'd like to thank you folks, which I do. I did cover that Led Zeppelin song, and it is on my channel. If you want to see that one too, Mrs. ATS News. And other people on my channel. The only video I had to take down was 10 Years Gone by Led Zeppelin. And that was a good one. I missed Frank's live. Oh, he was upset at me. He was yelling at everybody, but then I said something to him to calm down, and that I'm like, they're triggering you, Frank. They're triggering you. Calm down. And he just opened up a can of whoop ass. Started saying he knows stuff about me. I'm like, good, tell me, because I got brain damage. I don't know about myself. He's talking about he's got technology and knows technology and everything. I'm like, keep talking. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. And you know the computer. You a lot better than me, Frank. But you'll never know a music studio better than me. Can you play when the levee breaks? If I focus, Mrs. ATS News. If I focus, I know I could do Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, 10 Years Gone. I also did another Led Zeppelin song, the Rain Song, on my channel, Mrs. ATS News. If you go to videos, my music videos, and hit videos, it'll bring up all the music songs that I covered. When the Levee Breaks is a very hard song to do. Oh my God, do Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. Let me get my guitar real quick. I'll do a little bit of it. I don't even know if I'm. Hold on a minute. Let me turn on the light. No, I'm really tuned for right now. I'm trying to work on Eddie Van Halen's song Main Street, but let me see what I could do tuned in a different tuning. Hold on a minute. back, baby, I'm gonna leave you. Baby, you know I'm gonna leave you. Leave you in the summertime. Leave you in the summer cold. Leave you in the summer cold. Baby, oh baby, baby, I'm gonna leave you. There you go, Mrs. ATS News. Actually, it was not done in the right chord because I'm tuned to something else. I scared everybody off. I scared everybody off. And no, I'm not the greatest guitar player in the world, and no, I'm not the greatest singer. But sometimes when the voice is good, and it sounds good enough for me, folks. And like I said, I'm tuned to Eddie Van Halen. That song. This is wrong. This is Main Street. This is wrong. This is Main Street. We don't worry about tomorrow, baby. We don't worry. I shouldn't even be playing it on acoustic, but I'm trying to figure it out all of it. Oh, thank you, Debbie Fox. Thank you, Mrs. ATS News. Like I said, I'm no professional. People said I was stupid, an idiot, and a retard. That I didn't know what I'm doing about nothing. So I got on Facebook and YouTube and showed the world that I do have a disability, but I'm not no retard or stupid. And I can do things. And I also can build because some great tradesmen out there taught me a lot of skills. And that's how I survived in my life without getting any money from the government. Oh, thank you, Debbie. It don't define me. I know that. But a lot of people say, don't pay any attention to him. He's crazy. He's got a disability. So, all right. That's fine. You don't have to listen to me. I'm not in the business of becoming the next Charlie Manson and making people believe what I want them to believe. Glad we met, though. The crazy true crime community. Yes. Well, I started off on Facebook with doing nothing but music. And then I opened up my YouTube channel and did nothing but music. I had probably 400 songs on, probably 350, 400 songs on YouTube, but they struck them all and I had to take them all down. And there were certain ones that they would let me play on YouTube and certain ones they won't let me play on YouTube. So I had to take a lot of my videos down, right? A lot. Because they were striking them, copyright strikes or whatever. So they said either take them down or you can leave them up, but these people will claim all, they'll be able to get all the money from it and everything. I'm like, well, I don't make any, I'm not in it for the money anyways. I just wanted to prove to the world that I'm not a paraplegic idiot. So I took him down. And that's why you see my oldest video on YouTube is 8 years ago. But actually, I had videos that were on YouTube a lot longer than that. So if you're asking, well, why you say your video says your first video was 8 years ago, well, because you're not seeing the videos that I got struck on and had to take down. Hold on, I got some idiot driving around in the yard. What in the Sam hell is going on? Whiskey Bravo Tango. That's the next door neighbor. Hold on a minute. It was the neighbor. Well, I don't worry about today, and I don't worry about tonight. Yes, I'm glad we met, Miss ATS News. I'm glad I met Debbie. And I'm going to let you ladies know, even though I'm not in any kind of romance with you or in love with, I still would not let people run your names through the ringer or abuse a woman in my chat. I'm just saying, just to let you know, you're perfectly safe here. And oh yeah, I forgot. If Miss Humanimal is still watching and she wants her mod wrench back, I'll gladly give her wrench back. And I'm missing a mod, Miss ATS News. I'm worried about her because she hasn't messaged. Her last video was 3 months ago. I did do a video searching for my mod. I don't know. I guess I care too much. I probably shouldn't really care about anything. Heck, sometimes I don't. You know what? I don't even care about myself. I care more about other people than I do myself. I don't know if you folks have not seen me in a long time, but I look hideous. Hideous. I don't even, it's just unreal. All right, let me see what Ruth said. Are they doing donuts? I don't think so. I hope not. I don't think they are. I think they just are moving in or moving out or just had to unload a bunch of groceries or something, so they pulled around. Good God, I hope they're not tearing up the yard. That's why I came here, safe and chill vibes. You're safe here. You can let your husband know, Mrs. ATS News. You will be safe in this chat. Debbie already knows she's real safe. Oh my God, why are they driving through? Well, some of the people here are older, Debbie, and they can't carry the all the groceries in, so they just pull around to their door, unload the groceries, and then they pull out and park back in the parking lot. It's all right. Johnny is on the watch right now. And I am no expert at nothing, please. These guys blow me away with all this editing and special effects and everything. I did do a skit one night where I had aliens. Debbie, you remember that? I was on the phone with Spielberg telling him I paid $5 million to him. And he said he was going to send me the special effects. And I got them. And it was just a bunch of guys in the cornfield out there with flashlights. I did a whole skit on that. I actually called him on the phone. Spielberg, I gave you $5 million. You said that this was going to be the most incredible film. Why am I seeing idiots in my cornfield with flashlights? Well, of course, they got pissed at me for that one. It's about improvisation. adapting, using what you have to make the best out of it. Even though you're stinking poor, kid, you got to make the best of what you got. All right, ladies, I need to cook something to eat. And I hate to end this night. It's so nice hanging out and chilling out and everything. It's so peaceful. I know I'm a storyteller. Maybe I should change this name to Johnny Kramer, the movie, music, storytelling, DIY crime fighter channel. But then again, it'd be too long and people would be saying change your name. So I don't know. I got to cut it down, abbreviate it somehow. All right. Oh, look at, we got an alien activity out there, ladies. See it? There it is. Red, blue, white. There it is. Now watch. Boop. And this always happens out here in Indiana. We get these orbs out in the cornfields sometimes. Some say it's crop circles. I don't know. We'll find out though. We'll get to the bottom of it. Ruth says, it sounds like a song, Johnny on the Watch. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, I did. I did All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix. My own version of it. Have you ladies had enough of the Johnny today? If so, I'll probably end this video. I might be back later on tonight. Maybe with a nice peaceful fire. And maybe, I don't know. I got some new effects. A storm. The ocean. And summer nights. And creek. Water running. Rain. Mrs. ATS says fire. Yes. Nice fireplace tonight. Relax. I know Debbie likes the fireplace videos. My video was so good last night that it put Debbie to sleep. Didn't it, Debbie? It did. Mrs. Fox, go on. Let them know. It was so peaceful with the crickets going and the fire crackling and everything. It put her to sleep. And my videos have that effect on people. That's one thing I can admit to. My videos do put people to sleep, especially my outdoor videos and my fire videos. Debbie says it did. It did. By the time we were done with that video, Debbie was like, I can't stay up. Your video made me tired. And I told you in the chat, didn't I tell you? You're getting sleepy, Debbie. And you were like, I'm like, just go to sleep. And you're like, I'm not going to sleep, Johnny. But as always, I was right. You were tired. All right, ladies, I want to thank you all. I will be seeing you all over the town. Mrs. ATS News, I think, you know what? I like hanging out at your channel, Miss Criminality's channel, Little Melissa Jade, and Little Alex, and all the ladies. They're great ladies. Very serious ladies when it comes to cases, but they also are very funny and kind ladies. And I hope I don't upset Mrs. Criminality today. Did I upset anybody in her chat? If so, my apologies. My apologies. But I like hanging out over there. It's a good channel. She laughs, jokes, and you're allowed to voice your opinion within me. But I was good. And I did let Mr. Todd know that. The only reason I was being good is because the great lady of that channel, Mrs. Criminality, and this is award-winning channel, ATS News, asked me to be good. I was good. Psychobabble says, I accept your apology. All right, Psychobabble. I accept your apology too, Psychobabble. Right. You're right. I accept it. I'm not too big of a man to accept your apology. For all the times you came in here and busted cojones and said I was a killer and all kinds of madness and everything. And I forgive you. I forgive. I don't know about my mods. I'd probably walk on thin ice there and just be nicer. They don't take kindly to people. Sometimes I don't know. It's just okay, but they have full control of everything. I'm just a passenger along for the ride. Right? It's funny how I went through life thinking there's no way I'll listen to any woman. But then after my life was totally shredded apart, I realized I should have listened to the women. Thus far, now I'm listening to women. All right, ladies, I got to get something to eat. And I got to relax myself. And I need to take a break from YouTube myself. My voice is shot talking, singing for many years, smoking cigarettes. Thank God I quit drinking and all the bad, crazy stuff. I want to thank the Lord for that. Amen to that. But I also want to thank the great people that subbed to me for many years when I only had 20, 30, 40 subs. And I was doing nothing but music, and them people stuck with me. Of course, some of them said, Johnny, don't get into the crime community because it'll wreck your career. Did I listen? No. Should I have listened? Probably. But you live and learn. And I'm just glad to be in these chats and be heard and voice my opinion. Like I said, folks, if I get anything right in any of these cases, it's only by the grace of God. Now, I'm going to listen to your rain song. Oh, I didn't sing it, Mrs. ATS News. I did play it all the way through by myself, but there is just too much going on in that song. And I could not sing it and play it at the same time. So it is just me playing it by myself on acoustic, no words, no lyrics, just me and the guitar. Because I'm going to be honest with you, that song took me forever to learn. Very hard song. Not for these people that have full brains and are normal. It's probably easy, but that song took every ounce of energy for me to focus just to get through the whole song. Very tough song. Very tough song for me. Yes, sing to it. And that might be wrong. I don't play everything exactly as it was made. I improvise because of my lack of learning and disability. But I got through it. And I hope you enjoy it, Miss ATS News. I really do. I thought it would have got a lot more views than what it did, but it didn't. Now, you ladies have a great night. Mrs. Debbie Fox, the great. Miss Award-winning ATS News. Miss Humanimal. Mrs. Ruth. Mrs. Psychobabble. You're all great, ladies. Did I miss anybody? ATS News, Mrs. Humanimal. I think that, AKA, how can I forget our little pickles? How can I forget our little pickles? Mrs. Pickles, all great ladies. Thank you for sticking with me. I will stick with you. Great ladies. Now I'm going to get off this thing and make some food and relax, possibly take a shower. And I got some laundry to do tonight. So I think I'm going to do a load of laundry, take a shower, and relax. And I'll be watching your channel. Are you going live, Mrs. AT? What is tonight, Thursday? You go live tonight, don't you? 8 o'clock, I think, or 8:30, 9 o'clock. If you're still here, Mrs. ATS News. Do you ladies want me to drop your link in my chat? Live tomorrow night. Okay. I'm trying to get little Debbie to be a penguin on my channel, my Great Outdoor Channels. I know what you're saying, Johnny. She's not here. I know. I'm trying to figure out this. If I can get her into a penguin suit, I might have a white, rare Russian penguin. It's such a long song, too. The Rain song, yes. I think it's the very last song on my list. Click on the videos and go all the way to the bottom. And I think it's somewhere in there, along with all my Eagle songs, Take It to the Limit, Lying Eyes, and a couple other Eagle songs. Oh, and I'm the only dude that covered on YouTube Natalie Merchant's Carnival song. So, which was shocking. I'm a big fan. I think she's adorable. Well, she was. Natalie Merchant. Oh my God. I'm not going to lie. I had a big crush on that little lady. Now, you ladies have a great day. Please be safe. Lock your doors at night. I got it playing on another tab while you're talking here. Oh, okay, Mrs. ATS News. Do people know that they can open other tabs? I've done lives on YouTube and actually watching 5 different other live channels as I'm doing a live. Right? You open up another tab and watch YouTube. If you got a big enough screen, I got a 42-inch monitor, TV monitor. And when I'm really feeling spunky and really involved in crime cases, like I was with the Gabby Petito case, I plug in my 73-inch DLP into my computer, and then I got a 73-inch monitor, and I can blow photos up and actually see what people are talking about. So, all right, I'm going to go. Let me see. Psychobabble said, did they strike 10 Years Gone? Yes. For wrong chords? No. No, I had all the chords right. That was another tough song. The reason they struck that song was in the background. I had the track running, but only had it playing real soft in the distance as I was playing the acoustic over it, which you can see that song on my YouTube channel, or no, my Facebook channel. 10 Years Gone is on my Facebook channel because YouTube struck me on it. And they had the right to, because I had the Zeppelin track playing in the background as I was playing the acoustic over the top of everything. So that's why they struck it. Not because of the wrong chords, Psychobabble, Mrs. Psychobabble. All right, you folks have a great night. Be safe. God bless you all. You're all kind, great people. I will be a penguin. Yes, I'm trying to get you to be a rare white penguin on my outdoor videos. Yes, Debbie. Mrs. ATS News. Talk soon. Oh, yes. You're always welcome in this chat, Miss ATS News. And I'll probably see you over in other chats around YouTube. And be safe. Very kind lady. Debbie Fox, another very kind lady. Great ladies. Miss Humanimal, all the ladies. One day, hopefully, I'll have criminality over here at ATS News. And the other ladies over here for a big, big kumbaya. Right? Maybe I'll go StreamYard. We'll have 30 people on camera singing. I don't know. All right. Thank you all for watching. This channel is only my opinion and my theories on crime cases. Do I have any evidence? No. We're just trying to connect the dots, just like every other YouTube channel. Nobody has the evidence in front of their faces, so all we can do is make speculations and theories on what might have happened. If we get it right, it's only by the grace of God. You ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Please be safe. Lock your doors at night. You're all great, incredible people. Thank you once again. And as a great man that passed away said, a great funny man, Mr. Andy Kaufman, thank you very much. Now you folks have a great night.